Yehudi Olo. Ikke sådan med det hebraiske der. Ja, Dima. Ayin Legion Zovia. Anyway, that's the national song of Israel and all that. So I'm looking into a little in regards to this Candida albicans and having another name, and I found, like, for example, an article in regards that, of course, it costs like $55 if I want to read the whole article. It's a medical article, apparently nothing is free, from 1956. It's from pages 391 to 398, and of course I can only see the first page. Now I thought, like, you need to make an account and all that, and I made an account, and apparently I was not allowed to get access to it either, so it says, get access, and then apparently check access in regards of your institution. Of course, I'm not, but if you're not in regards of an institution, you can pay $35.95, and I guess they will, send the article to you, I have to be kidding me, seeking information and just being stopped on every. Oh, there was something in regards of. I think I talked to. That was in regards of something else where they locked me out, and I was told that I might actually get access through a library or something. I had to check so many things. My head is spinning. There's so much information and so many things, and the things that you should. You would think that you could get help, to is there's closed doors everywhere. But he talks a little about the pH level and in regards of Candida albicans, which he also calls Monilia. Apparently, Monilia is another. What shall we say? They put them in these different boxes and all, apparently. And apparently, as far as I can see, they wrongly put Candida in this category. I'm not sure why that would be wrong and all that, and I don't know why this and that and so forward. But I do wonder if it actually was in that category, in this category of Monilia. If you actually take the word Monilia and copy paste it into a Google browser, Google search engine and all that, you will find a lot of pictures of rotten fruit. So I do wonder, is Candida actually a predator for fruit? That actually seems to make sense to me, but I don't know. Do you actually find Candida albicans on rotted fruit? Because we know that Candida albicans love sugar, right? So, and apparently only 50% of the people have Candida albicans, so apparently you can live without it. So then the question is, it's actually something that is naturally in our gut, usually, because if 50% of the people have Candida albicans, the question is, well, is it natural to actually have in your body? Is it actually, I don't know, it's like, how does it get there, Are we getting it from, is it actually a parasite, even if it can be in its, in its healthy form in some sense? I don't know. It's just so many questions, And then the question is, if they actually categorized it as Monilia, which, if you search on it, it's like, you see a huge amount of rotten pictures of rotten fruit. Just look at that. You see, and pictures of, fungus and all that, and you see more rotten fruit and all that. Rotten fruit everywhere. So apparently Candida albicans, and I guess the Candida species, was put into this category of being a fungus that attacks, fruit. So I do wonder, do you actually find Candida albicans on rotten fruit? Is it some of it actually, I guess, it's kind of, the color, in regards of white. I don't know. It's just interesting. This is pretty white, Acetic brown Monella polystroma. That's pretty wide. We know Candida is pretty much, it's called wide, right? That's pretty wide, isn't it? I don't know. Here we have. I don't know. Is that because that would be interesting because a lot of people are going on. Here we have another. That's a sort. That's Monilia. They call it again, and it's pretty wide as well. I do wonder. Here we have yellow Monilia. They say it called Monilia. It talks about. By the way, that's pretty wide. This is okay. Apparently some links in regards of Monilia fructigena. I guess something to search. I found something in regards of some guy called Muhammad. And Muhammad, I guess he must be a Mohammedan and all that. But anyway, whatever the case, of course, Muhammad is a false prophet, the guy that lived long ago. But anyway, they have a way of, but it's getting off topic here. Yeast and food spoilage, and Mohammed Mashhood made this yeast and food spoilage 42 pages. Actually, I found a lot of these slides. I have a huge amount of slides on fungus and all that. It's actually pretty interesting that the problem is it just takes a long time to go through them, but it's like, I don't know if I can actually put it on the mobile. It talks actually, I found a slide, it says that mostly in regards of killing, the fruit in some sense, that bacteria doesn't really do it as, it's mostly yeast. Because of something in regards to the pH or something like that. Let's see if I can actually find it here. So I'm trying to figure out if Candida albicans is actually, but of course, I had a Danish expert, but she doesn't talk. I sent her a message anyway, She didn't, I know she have said she didn't want to talk to me, but, she's a woman and I'm a man and, you can't take women seriously anyway. And, especially if they have a white coat on them. So, I just asked, I sent a message to her and maybe I should try to call her up again, Of course, she will probably be angry, but again, you shouldn't take it so seriously, in regards to women and all that. Yeah, if I took all the things that the white coat said to me seriously, I would probably, who knows? They would maybe have killed me off now. Who knows? That would have be filling me with psychotropic drugs and whatever, And who knows? That's just incredible. They would probably have totally screwed me up, So, I don't really take them seriously as such, So here we have Mohammed Mashoud, be first MSc microbiology, I guess, in regards to science and all that. Can I actually oh, nice. It actually works on the mobile. Can I turn it around here? And we can actually, could we remove this one over here? I'll need to check this. I'll need to check this for myself at some point anyway. So let's just take it now, right? So this is yeast in food spoilage, So this, the dictionary, the medical dictionary in regards of Candida led me to this word in regards of Monilia. So as I understand it, Candida albicans was defined, if I get this right, defined as a Monilia, fungi. And I'm like, why would they then, why would they, I have huge amount of questions and all that, and it's pretty hard to actually, get things answered because apparently it seems like people are, not really willing to. Again, there was 2 forums about fungi. There was one in the Nordic things, and I don't know. Maybe I can, that would be the center, I guess, of knowledge on that level. I don't know. I think that was 2 things, and I just have, I guess 200 tabs opened and all that. So I have huge amount of information to go through here and all that. and it should be some of the tabs that in regards of these things. And I think one of the woman that I've called that don't want to talk to me because I'm not a doctor and all that. Because I guess if you're not a doctor, you're just stupid, right? So anyway, I think she actually made one of the groups. Let's see here. Google. But anyway, that's another. It's just one of the. I have so many things I want to do and this and that, and I just incredible. There's so much. Anyway, so it led me to this thing in regards of maybe Candida albicans is actually a hunter for fruit. Maybe it's actually as many other yeast that is actually. Anyway, let's see yeast in food. So apparently, again, if you search on the name, you can actually see Candida being also called this name, which I guess is interesting because, does it have anything to do with it was called what was it called a fruit mold. So according, you can see it over here. Let's see here. Whoopsie daisy. Turn it to Stedman's Medical. And if you search Candida as they say. It's not called Candida. It's called Candida. Well, whatever, Well, that depends. I guess that depends if you speak, But anyway, Candida albicans, formerly called Monilia. So Candida, a genus of yeast-like fungi, formerly called Monilia, commonly found in nature. A few species are isolated from the skin, feces, and vaginal and pharyngeal tissue. I can't remember what that was, but I looked it up at that point. But anyway, the gastrointestinal tract is the source of the single most important species, Candida albicans. But again, as I understand it, only around 50% of the people have it. So if only around 50% of the people, let's see if I can find the symptoms. No. That's some place in regard. Oh, here we go. Candida. This is from a Danish, so I'm trying to. This says just Candida. It doesn't say Candida albicans. It just say Candida can be shown in 50% of the normal people in the mouth, and 20% of women in the vagina. So this is apparently something that is not necessary, it seems, because why would 50% have it? And I don't know. Maybe it's in maybe they still think it's in the gut. I don't know. Maybe it's just standard in the gut. I don't know. And maybe it's only 50% in regards of the mouth and all that, and 20% in the vagina. So I guess maybe it's normal to have. I don't know. Maybe it's normal to have it in the gut, and then it's not normal to actually have it moving around and all that. I don't know. I have so many questions. So yeah, but at least I know what who my enemy is now. So that's nice. I'm on the right track, I think. So if I just focus on that and see if I can get information on that, that would be nice. But something in regards of, some say you can starve the fungi. I'm not sure if you can, but it's worth a try, right? And I can eat meat for a year, no problem. You just have to be very, very, very strict, as I understand it, because some of those that say it, if you just eat a little sugar, well, you have to start over. Well, that's pretty bad, So you really, 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 really have to be very strict, and that can be very hard if you're out there in the world and people, have a little of this and have a little that and this and that, So you will have to be strong to stand against that for sure. So let's see here. So yeah, anyway, I'll have to read that. I have a huge amount of pages, as I said. So anyway, vaginal and pharyngeal-ish tissue, but the gastrointestinal tract is the source of the single most important species, Candida albicans. So I don't know, maybe I'm wrong in regards to I thought 50%, but maybe it's actually, maybe that's just in regards to the mouth, So So I guess if I actually had a microscope, I probably should be able to maybe find it in my mouth. You know, a 50%. That's 50% chance. That's pretty good odds and all that. Let's see here. Most species Candida albicans, formerly called Monilia. So yeah, I have to, but it's a little sad because I found this expert on mycology, and then she doesn't want to talk to me. It's just that's very sad. And I guess she must be paid by the state because she's. I guess it's all. Oh, Bob Pine, hello there, Bob. Hopefully it runs okay. So let's see here. Where did we go? Oh, we need to go back here. Whoopsie, whoopsie. So let's see what is food spoilage. So that was in regards of the yeast in food spoilage. Mohammed Mashoud, B first, I guess, I don't know, MSc microbiology. And let's see what it is, What is food spoilage? Question mark. Food spoilage means the original nutritional value, texture, flavor of the food are damaged. The food become harmful to people and unsuitable to eat. Loss of one or more normal characteristics in food is considered to be due to spoilage. Interesting. So we have yeast, and I guess that's the single cell, in regards of yeast and all that, and it can, make more babies and all that. I guess maybe that's in regards of this, where it's, I don't know. Anyway, it seems to, put out babies like that, and then it's, cut off and all that, and then it gets a scar, as I understand it. But anyway, let's get further. General characteristics of yeast. Yeast are eukaryotic single-cell microorganisms. Size 3 to 4 micro... is that micro meters or something like that? I'm not sure about that. It's too long since I had science. 3 to 4 micrometers, I would guess. I'm not entirely sure. Reproduce asexual by mitosis and usually show budding. Ability to ferment sugar for the production of ethanol. I think that's alcohol, isn't it? So I think it's actually Doc Kaufman that talks about that alcohol is actually a mycotoxin. No, we're talking about fungi here, so it's not the Bible here. It's yeast. So yeast are eukaryotic. I'm not entirely sure if I'm saying it correctly. Yeast are eukaryotic single-cell microorganisms. Anyway, something of that kind. Reproduce asexual by mitosis and usually show budding. Ability to ferment sugar for the production of ethanol. And again, I think that was alcohol. And Doc Kaufman talks about it actually being a mycotoxin, a product from, fungus. Yeast is a fungi. So, it's not good. Anyway, they are usually unicellular, that would be single-celled, and exist as colonies and used in baking process. Fungus die in their own shit. Well, okay. Well, I don't know. It seemed when I was drinking, it seems to be pretty good for the fungi. If you want to stay away from having a fungi issue, might be a good idea to stay away from alcohol. It didn't seem to actually kill my fungi. It actually seems to actually help it grow, like sugar. Anyway, continue. Budding yeast referred as the true yeast are members of the phylum Ascomycota and order Saccharomycetes. That's all the big words we get here. Minimum, I'm not sure what that's. AW for growth of yeast lies between 0.88 to 0.94. Optimum temperature for yeast growth lies between 24 Celsius, yeah. I think it's 25 Celsius and 30 Celsius, I think. Was there something like in regards of the body being around 37 Celsius? And that yeast love to be in the ice in regards of the hot tubs, I think. Anyway, I can't remember the temperature of the ice, but anyway. acid environment pH 4.5 to 6.0 will favor the yeast growth. I have the OV, I think it's an A actually. I'm not sure what the minimum AW for growth of yeast lies between 0.88 to 0.94. I have no idea what it is. You know, they use a lot of weird words, you know, and there's a lot of things that I don't know. But yeah, it seems to be something in regards of the growth, you know. Next one, causes of food spoilage, moisture loss, enzyme action, and microbial contamination. So, yeah, well, you know, learn as you go, I guess, you know. Want to stop the growth? Well, yeah. Well, I have no idea what it stands for, but there's a lot of words, you know, there's a lot of things to research, that's for sure. So, yep. So this is something, it looks like fruits, right? Moisture loss, enzyme action, microbial contamination. Oh, well, let's go on to the next page. Moisture loss. Most easy, well, anyway, in regards of Candida albicans, I figured out in regards of the, actually going back to this word of actually, what is it called? Can't even remember the word now, I lost it again. Let's see if we can find it here. Oh yeah, being in regards of Monilia. Apparently Candida was put in the category of Monilia, and if you search on Monilia, you will figure out that Monilia is, if we do a search here. Oh, I just had it up, okay. See if we can spell it. See here, Monilia. Oh, sorry, Monilia, maybe it's a little better. And if you find the images of Monilia, you can see it's fungi, and maybe I should turn the mobile a little around here. We're still running 3G. I'm not. Is it lagging or is it okay? Maybe I should turn it on to the 4G. Okay. Okay. Should be better now. Hopefully it's better. It's 4G now, so hopefully it should be better. So as you can see, there's a lot of fungus or mold on these things, and apparently Candida was put in the category of this what was it called, Monilia or something like that. So I do wonder if Candida albicans actually also, we know it. Oh, that was disgusting picture down there. But anyway, as you get the point in regards of a lot of fruit. It's attacking fruits. The question is then, is Candida albicans actually attacking fruit as well, I wonder? Well, anyway, I don't know. But that, we know it loves sugar, right? So there must be a reason why they put it in the category of mold that actually attacks, fruit. So, which there's a lot of sugar in it. So, moisture loss. And I guess in regards of fruit, when it begins to go downhill for the fruit, it would be attacked by mold or fungi. Well, mold is just fungi, right? So the question is if Candida is one of them that actually begins to attack it. That would be interesting to know. Anyway, moisture loss, most easily demonstrated in fruit and vegetables, which contain large amount of water. After harvesting, they continue to respire. Moisture is lost through skin and leaves. Cause wrinkling, shrinkage, and limpness. Moisture loss can also occur in foods, as to say, that we go with the Latin, e.g., whatever, I think it's Latin anyway, as to say, meat, fish, and cheese because of evaporation. So, how's the lag now? It's okay or is it bad? It says it's full signal anyway. Action of enzyme, ripening. Enzymes cause food to ripen, then become overripe and eventually decay. Starch change to sugar, color changes and texture softens. Okay, that's nice. At least it's, so I guess in regards to the banana, I remember, when I was a vegetarian and all that, and, the banana, when it was green, there was more starches in it, which is, I understand, is just sugar, in what was it called, a longer strain. What did you say? I didn't get that. Oops. I'll see if I can get it up here again. Nope. There we go. To kill, you need chitinase. I don't know, what is chitinase? Chitinase, you need to kill. You need the chitinase. You mean the shield that it has? That was something in regards of chitin. I think was in regards to the shield, right? But anyway, so enzyme cause food to ripen. Then enzyme. Okay, enzymes cause food to ripen, then become overripe. Could we get that away? This, apparently. Go away. Starch change. Oh, what do we go? And eventually decay. Starch changes to sugar. Color changes and texture softens. So the starches begin to break down to sugar. Easily. That was in regards to the banana. I remember if you take a green banana, there's more starches in it. So yeah, I remember that was something in regards to the chitin. I think it's called chitin or something like that. Not so. I can't remember if that was the shield. Was it the? I can't remember how that was in regards to the Candida, but I do remember reading about the chitin, and of course the fungi was made out of the thing that the antifungals attacks. What was that called? I can't even remember that. We had what our cells was like cholesterol, and in regards to the fungi, they were, what was that? That was I can't remember. Which one was the best medicine? So I thought it was part of the fungi. Okay, maybe I'll look it up. Chitinase. Okay. I guess I'll have to look it up at some point. So, let's see here. So, starch changes to sugar, color changes and texture softens. Browning, when certain foods are cut and the surface exposed to air, enzymes cause them to turn brown, as to, in regards of apples, for example. Remember Doc Kaufman have a different theory than actually being oxygen. I think, as I understand it, he thinks it actually might be a fungi that actually makes the apples brown and not the oxidation. But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, in enzymatic rotting, enzymes in fish cause deterioration even at low temperatures. What does fish have anything? Okay, well, I thought it was... anyway. Fish. Microbial contamination. Yeast, mold, and bacteria are the microbes that cause food spoilage. Food at the optimum temperature is the ideal place for microbes to grow. Yeast and mold spoil the outside of food and can be seen. If the food is eaten, it will probably be harmless unless they make mycotoxins. And again, mycotoxins is... it's this fungus poison, poisons of fungi, pretty much. Myco means fungi and toxin means poison. So, bacteria cause spoilage by making toxins in food not visible. So apparently bacteria is not visible, but as we could see on the images, apparently, the other things can be visible. Yeast and fruits. I remember looking at these fruits laying on the ground and all that, and I never actually had fascination in regards of, but there's fungi on them. I never really. Oh well. Yeast and food spoilage. Yeast can be found in a wide variety of environments, such as in plants, animal products, soil, water, and insects. Yeast can utilize a variety of substrates such as pectins and other carbohydrates, organic acids, proteins, and lipids. No idea what lipids is, but anyway. Moreover, yeast are relatively tolerant to low pH. That's interesting. There's a lot of different views in regards to the pH in regards of Candida albicans, apparently. So, anyway, low water activity. Oh, fat. Okay, thank you, Bob. Low water activity, low temperature, and the presence of preservatives. Okay. Some yeast can utilize food ingredients such as organic acid like lactic, citric, and acetic acids that are generally considered to have an inhibitory effect on the growth of many microorganisms. And if I remember correctly, in regards of inhibitory, is in regards of destroying the things. So even common preservatives such as benzoate, propionate, and sorbate can be utilized by some yeast species. We have beneficial yeast, apparently. Yeast are well known for their beneficial contributions in the fermentation of alcoholic beverages. I'm not sure if that is beneficial, but if you drink beer, you get pretty. I don't know. I don't think it's actually a positive thing. But anyway, bread and other products. Of course, in regards of leavening the bread and all that, but. In the past, they used the whole culture instead of just, as I understand, they use one species, right? In regards of yeast, when you buy yeast from the shop, it's one kind of species. Where in the past, they used the whole culture where you make it yourself. I guess some are still making it, with the whole, the whole thing, and other products. But again, I don't know in regards of beneficial, in regards of alcoholic beverages, But anyway, yeast are exploited for the production of metabolic products, as to say enzymes, lipids, and vitamins. And you said lipids was fat, so yeast are also involved in spoilage of food products. Contamination of foods and beverages by yeast has been extensively reported. Okay. Yeah, I guess in regards to the Danish food state thing, what is it called, food safety, whatever. They also talks about mycotoxins and in regards of that it can actually cause cancer and all that. Big surprise. But anyway, it's of course they don't, they still don't know what cancer is. But as far as I can see, it's again going back to fungi. So, but anyway. Common cases of food spoilage by yeast are those reported in sandwiches and salads in retail outlets. Okay, food spoilage by yeast are those, okay. Anyway, next page. Contemporary work has also reported the occurrence of yeast in fresh seafood, packages meat, delicatessen salads, and in fresh and frozen vegetables. Some important spoilage yeast. Oh my, we have some big names here. Species Saccharomyces roe or something like that, and Saccharomyces bailey or something like that. Saccharomyces cerevisiae or something like that. This is incredible, yeah. Depaeomyces hanseníi and Brettanomyces bruxellensis. And let's see, so foods affected in regards to the first one, confectionery fruit concentrates. The second is soft drinks, sauces, fruit juice, wine, ciders, and syrups. And the third is soft drinks and fruit juices. Next one is cured meats and brine products. And the last is beer and wine and fruit and yogurts. So I do wonder in regards of Candida albicans if there's, but anyway. Spoilage of foods and beverages by yeast causes undesirable changes in these products. These changes are mostly of a sensory nature, I can't even say it. Recognizable in the products. It's just incredible. I can't say that. Recognizable in the product's appearance as a powdery or slimy coating on solid products, or as a film on, or unnatural turbidity in, liquid products. They may also include all flavors or odors not natural to the product. Yeast species, which are considered spoilers in certain foods, may be regarded as normal. That you know what it is that you know what it is, recognizable. Yeah, I should probably look it up at some point. Yeah. But anyway, yeast species. There's so many big words in some of these. When you're reading the what do you call it? From these doctors and all that, it's just big words everywhere, and it's like you're sitting there and you're trying to decipher what they're saying. It takes some time. Sometimes sitting there and finding out what does that word mean and what does that word, and short forms and whatever. Anyway, yeast species which are considered spoilers in certain foods may be regarded that what it is equal cognizable is I don't know, Bob. I'm lost here. Yeast species which are considered spoilers in certain foods may be regarded as normal microflora in other foods. As to say, the yeast. There we go with the Candida. Let's try that again. Yeast species which are considered spoilers in certain foods may be regarded as normal microflora in other foods. As to say, the yeast Candida, Lipolytica, and Cloveomyces fragilis are spoilers of margarine. Well, why would I ever eat margarine anyway? But anyway, causing rancidity, and yogurt, causing fruity flavor and fermentation, respectively. Well, anyway, okay. On the other hand, the proteolytic properties of, I guess, Candida maybe? I don't know, Candida lipolytica. I'm not sure if that's true. But sometimes the C is in regards of Candida. I'm not sure I'm getting that right. And K fragiles, again, I don't know K what that stands for, have proved useful in cheese ripening. Yeah, okay. All the short forms, yeah. Foods spoiled by yeast have so far never been reported to cause human disease. Are you sure about that? Foods spoiled by yeast have so far never been reported to cause human disease. I don't know about that. I know. Can people get sick if the food is spoiled by some kind of yeast? I would think that would be a good possibility for that. If the bread is spoiled and you eat it with all the mycotoxins and the fungi and all that, the mold and all that, I don't know. Yeah, that seems to be a little weird. So food spoiled by yeast have so far never been reported to cause human disease. Apparently, it says infections from the few known pathogenic yeast, such as Candida albicans. There we go. We have the what do you call it, first and foremost fungal infection in the world, as I understand it. Such as Candida albicans and Cryptococcus and Neoformans are generally not transmitted through foods. Okay. Well. Spoilage yeast in the wine industry. Isn't that something in regards if you take the grape juice out that actually will turn into vinegar? I remember that. I never tried it, but as I understand it, you can just use it as vinegar afterwards. But anyway. Origin of yeast in the wine industry. The wine production environment may be divided in two fundamental parts, vineyard and vinery. Vineyard, we have a picture of that. Oh, that's grapes, lots of sugar in that. I remember Doc Kaufman, he talks about the red grapes, that the thing that makes the grapes red is actually antifungal, as I understand it. So when the doctors are saying, well, just drink a glass of wine, a red wine, and all that, well, there's still alcohol in it. So if you just want the antifungal effect of it, you can just buy the powder of the red stuff. And I think it's called Revestrol or something like that. A very hard word. Revestrol. I can't even say it. But the white wine doesn't have the same effect, as I understand it. There's different tests on that, and of course you can find different views on it. But it seems reasonable. Anyway, next one. Vineyard microbial communities in vineyards and on grape surface may be summarized as follows. 1. Mature sound grapes harbor microbial populations of levels of 10 to the third to 10 to the fifth CFU per gram. No idea what CFU is. Well, maybe I have seen it before. But I was like, no, I can't remember it on the fly. Insects are the principal vectors for the transportation of yeast. Interesting. Yeast colonization on grapes is influenced by the degree of ripeness of the bunch. How long are we in the... see here. Of course, I just need to take a break now, and then I'll continue. So I need to get to the toilet, Bob. So I'll just take a break, and I'll be back, after that.